Sushi, thank you for coming by to say hello. Why stay in an abusive marriage? Let's see what the tarot has to say. What is the energy behind someone who stays in an abusive marriage? Interesting. There's no linear order to this. Why stay in an abusive marriage? The staying is completely voluntary. People, or in this case, the person that I'm reading for, has stayed in this abusive marriage voluntarily. There may be some victim mentality going on, but at any time, she can get out. She can get out at any time. Just these bindings are loose. Take the blindfold off. Undo the cords that tie your arms, and just walk around this self-imposed prison. Follow the stream to the castle above. Welcome, Mama Sushi. This is a question that I'm reading about to someone that I know has given me permission to read on her. And maybe another reason is because of anxiety. Anxiety or some kind of a blame. Blaming oneself for some perceived crime in the past. Maybe a karmic debt. Maybe they think maybe the individual thinks it is a generational wound that they're paying for. So we're going to ask that question next. Does she stay in the abusive marriage because of a past, because of a karmic debt? A karmic debt? Okay, that's the next question we're going to ask. Welcome, Mama Sushi. So maybe it is a karmic debt. Maybe this person stays because there is a need to punish oneself, for self-punishment, self-restricting, mental anguish, emotional bullying, for a husband who is manipulative, but maybe they're both manipulative. Blaming others for their problems. Maybe there's that on both sides. Gaslighting on both sides. Poor coping skills. King of Cups reversed. Fluid, flowing energies that flow back and forth between the parties. Both parties dependent upon one another. Money driven. Though I do know about this family, the husband does come from money. Maybe that's a reason to stay in an emotionally abusive marriage, because of money, security, the potentiality for security. And then there's this idea of the hierophant of rules. A person stays because there's a commitment to a marriage, a commitment. The commitment from sickness to health, from death do we part. We stay together through thick and thin, because that is what society says you must do. So maybe, and we're looking at this situation, is that there is a promise of perhaps money, a promise of wealth, rules, customs, regulations, maybe a thought that there's a karmic debt, a balancing of an equation. You stay because you don't know anything else. All you know is this blame game, this bully, this person that tries to keep you down. But maybe there's a challenge in all that. I drew 5 cards. 5 cards. 5 means challenge, change, and freedom. So let's add up all of these numbers first before we go on to another question. I want to see what that number is. There's 2 kings. Kings are 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So we got 5 plus 5 plus another 5 for the Hierophant, plus an 8 plus a 9. So sword energy, and then one major arcana energy. So we got 15. 8 and 8 is 16, 17. So it's 15 plus 17, 6 and 8. 6 plus 8 is what? Welcome, Mama Sushi. 6 plus 8. What is 6 plus 8? 14, right? 6, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 5. So the overall energy of this is 5. Now this is very interesting here. So before I move on to the next question, in this, I drew 5 cards. And there's a lot of 5 energy here. The Hierophant, the 5. And this 5 energy of a challenge. So maybe one of the reasons, the energetic reasons of why she stays in this marriage is because it's challenging. It's challenging to stay in a place where there is emotional pain. It's challenging to stay. Welcome. Welcome, Chinese Disco Babe. Yes, you can. You can ask a question later. I'm going to ask one other question here. I'm asking, this is, I'm asking, I have one other question I want to ask, and then, um, this person has asked me to ask questions. And so, yeah, this is very fascinating. Okay. So the next question I'm going to ask while we are in this person's energy is, does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? And that's the question. I think her daughter might think so. The oldest daughter might think so. Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? So this is a 3-card yes/no question, and we'll analyze it. Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? Mm-hmm. Does she stay in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt? Okay. All right. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So this is like a hard yes. So does she stay? She stays in this abusive marriage because of a karmic debt or a perceived karmic debt. Interesting. Mental conflict. So, but there's always this choice of balancing the two. So let's look at the numbers here. What is the energy behind this yes? So it's 3 and 7, 10. So it's really a interesting. So it affords a new beginning. So in whether it is in this person's energy, there's a perception that there's a balancing of something that happened in the past, a balancing. And that what is to be learned in this. But here's the thing is, it almost feels like in this 7 of Swords that she's trying to get away with something. Trying to get away with something and stealing something from somebody. But maybe that was the debt of trying to get away from something. But then there is, from it, is clarity of action, this sword energy, this crown in the sky, gaining of new ideas, courage, and that it was a difficult choice to make, to stay, regardless of what the result was. Interesting. This is fascinating. This is really fascinating. Just in this asking this question in this a manner of a new beginning, the result of staying in believing in believing that it's a karmic debt to work off is that the result is a new beginning. But this trying to get away with something, that's kind of interesting too. And I wonder if that's like a now thing or a then thing. I want to look at the vibe. I want to see what the vibe is on this. What is the vibe? Does she stay in this marriage because of a karmic debt? Karmic debt. What is the nature? Okay, what is the nature of this karmic debt? What is this? What is she trying to get away with? What is the nature of this karmic debt? What is... Yes. So what is the nature of this karmic debt? What is the nature of this karmic debt? I want to see if the cards will answer that question. What is the nature of this karmic debt? What is the nature of this karmic debt? So we have, it's about boundaries, hopelessness, stagnancy, and psychopathy. So the nature is, that's an interesting thing. Psychopathy, boundaries. So of living, of trying to work off a debt because of psychopathic actions, or just being frozen, stuck in time, spending it in hopelessness that maybe you won't even survive. But in all of that, boundaries, and all of this is bound by this. So this nature of this karmic debt is bound by these emotions, these feelings. This karmic debt is by these feelings of suicide or self harm, or the stagnancy, or just being frozen in time. Interesting. That is, if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that, but I'm just reading the cards. And I want to do so they could be leveling up. I want to find out. I'm going to find out one more thing. Just go, and then I'll start on your question. I want to see where the two of them are at. I want to read the energy, and so where we're looking at the Fool being both of them. The Fool, in this sense, the Fool card is the marriage. The marriage itself is the Fool card. And so the marriage is the Fool card in this, and we will see what is where they are at in this journey. Where are they at in this journey? Where are they at in this journey? Where are they at in this journey? Where is some devil energy. Where are they in this journey? Okay. All right. Interesting. In between, they're stuck in between rebirth and the devil and the shadow selves. So the marriage is bounded by a state of rebirth into a shadow self of desire, of bondage, of dark impulses. It's dark impulses ahead, rebirth behind. Interesting. But it's this lack of, but in the Fool, in this upside down state, it's in a lack of trust, a lack of faith, a lack of faith that this marriage is not in a faithful place. It's not a trustworthy place. It's not, it's an anti, and it's not in the light. It is sort of shrouded by dark energies. But with the rebirth behind, because they started in this state, and then, yes, interesting. That is fascinating. I'm going to look at the energy of that, of these 3 cards, and add that into there. And we're looking at $35. The total energy of that is 8. Manifested reality. Manifested reality. Huh. Okay. Let's clear the air. I feel like I should read I'm going to read a Mary. I feel like I need to leave it. I can't leave it just like that. I need to Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, blessed is the Hail Mary. So, the card is this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these flowers are in there. In the picture, there's probably more. And 2 of these. And so we're looking at a balancing, but we're looking at that change, challenge, and freedom. Challenge. in a place of reflectiveness, internal reflectiveness, surrounded by these angels or these birds, these sparrows. Okay. Our Lady of New Vision. To outgrow that to which you once held fast is a hallmark of spiritual progress. There is a wisdom in honoring the need to challenge yourself and expand your horizons. Your heart is ready to aspire and toll toward a new vision. There is no need to concern yourself with how it can manifest, only to dedicate yourself step by step in moving towards it. All else is held in grace. Okay. All right. And for the Chinese disco babe, we're going to clear the air here. It's pretty heavy in here. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me say a little prayer here for disco babe, for Chinese disco babe. She has questions about job. She needs a job. She wants to know if she is going to get an interview. We're asking for knowledge here, for truth, for truth, for truth about this situation. We're asking for truth, for truth. And your question is, will, and this is for Chinese, disco babe, 7:15, 25. Will bridge data shortlist her for an interview. Okay. We're going to be looking at a 3-card yes and no answer. And we're going to look at the energy in this. Will data bridge shortlist Chinese disco babe for an interview? Will Chinese Disco Babe, will Data Bridge shortlist Chinese Disco Babe for an interview? Will Chinese Disco Babe, will Bridge Data shortlist Chinese Disco Babe for an interview? Well, the answer to the question is yes. It is a soft yes. It's a soft yes. It's an all-in major arcana cards, too. And I want to first, before we do this, I want to get the new numerology energy here. And so 1 plus 7 is 8 plus 4 plus 8. And that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's about a balancing. So the overall numerology energy here is about a balancing out. And you have rules, power. You're coming in from a place of power. You have hope and optimism, and you are pouring your optimism onto the ground. You are seeding the ground with your hope, with your desire, with your want to change your life situation. And this energy that you are seeding the ground with is hoping that it will just change your whole landscape in your life. Water from the stars poured out on the ground, channeled through you onto the ground, into this pond. You are bathing in this hope. This optimism is pushing you forward and giving you in yourself a sense of power. A sense in giving this solid foundation, because today, the energy of today is all about foundations and strong foundations. And the four energy is about building foundations and resting in this place. And while resting in this place, this is you. You are being blessed by a holy person who has a special connection to that other world, to the world beyond this world, the world within, giving you blessings and hope of a sunny day. This is this energy here, 4 plus 9. And then this energy of the hermit, the contemplation, the looking within, the gathering of your strength. The gathering of your strength. And 4 plus 9 equals to 13. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. It's 4 energy. 4 energy. That's this emperor. A 4 energy day. 17 plus 4 plus 8. But here, it shows your fear. Your strength is waning because you are afraid. You're afraid of the beast. And that beast is these companies which you have no control over, The only control you have is this energy that you put out in your resumes, in the application, and seeding that energy in. So you are hoping that this company will choose you. And this is the energy that you're putting forth to this. But you are also putting your fear into it. Stick it to the man. Yeah. Anyways. That's that. Let's see. Let's see what Mary Mother has to say about it. Chinese Day. Just to give you some hope here. Maybe a word to soothe your fears in this moment. Mary Mother, a word for Chinese Disco Babe in these trying times, in these times when she is seeking to change her life situation, when she's seeking to get a job. And she needs a job this month. She needs one as soon as she possibly can. Maybe she will start going to work in August. I think in the last reading it said no for July, but it didn't say no forever. Yes, for the next time. But she is hopeful. And this time it says yes. It says yes about the interview. So we're asking Mary Mother for a word. For a word for Chinese Disco Babe. On how to soothe her anxieties that she is feeling right now. This fear. The fear. Help her in this moment to guide her through the fear into a position of strength. Okay. This is your card. Welcome, Glenn. Welcome. So it is Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries. I am your loving mother, always. I come to you through light and darkness, through joy and even through suffering. I am seeking you, reaching for you, calling you to my heart. Chinese Disco Babe. If you can know this, then fear will leave your soul and great peace and strength will be yours. You shall assist me, Chinese Disco Babe, in enlightening this world from fear and distress into compassion and divine radiance unveiled. And so here is your image from Mother Mary. There is a look of contentment there, of contemplation. She's surrounded by 3 roses in a little hut, through 3 white roses in a little hut. White purity, white. And 3 for creative expression, for self-expression, for being you, for being you, for being you in this moment. This is you, Chinese Disco Babe. All right. That's what we have for you. Let us clear the air, clear the spirits, and make way for... Oh, I'm going to change the light first before we clear the air. Oh, let's get the light on first. Turn it up on blast, full blast there. So we got 90 minutes before this one goes out. All right. Come on. Oh, I don't even got in the right hole. No wonder. There we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome. All right. Lights, camera, action. I should probably get up and start plugging this one. Yeah, I think I should start charging this one up. Let's do that. Make use of the time we got here, right? This thing's hot. There we go. Put it over there. So, do you recognize the background image, Mama Sushi? All right, let's clear the air. Make way for Glenn. You're welcome, Chinese Disco Babe. Thank you for letting me read for you. So we're looking for a... Good night, Mama Sushi. General reading. Of Glenn. Right now. Okay. What is the reading? What is the energy of Glenn right now? What does Spirit want him to know? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What does Spirit want? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? tolerance, I am not worthy to have you enter my house, is what the Roman centurion said to Jesus. I am not worthy, but you are worthy. Tolerance for others. The first word of this is, and we're looking at page 1075, and that is 6 and 7 and 13. It's the energy of 4. The theme of today is 4. Foundations. But tolerance. The first word here is tolerance. TOLERANCE. Tolerance of differences. Tolerance of others. Tolerance of differences. Look at me and be merciful, for I am wretched and alone. See my hardship and my poverty, and pardon all my sins. So that's kind of a first message. Spirit wants you to know that you need to really work on living and let live. Live and let live for other folks. It is a hard lesson. Let's go a few cards here. What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What is the energy of right now? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? 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 It's the first card. What does Spirit want Glenn to know? Interesting. Okay. So the first thing is that you have a tendency to overanalyze every situation. That's the first word that is popping up. Maybe you have a conversation with a person, a friend, or a romantic love interest. And when you get done talking to that person, you spend too much time going over everything you said, looking for those things which you thought were stupid, talking stupid things. Maybe you thought maybe the energy of that conversation was too negative or overly optimistic or something, but you finding something wrong with everything. in this sense here of being tired, but at the same time guarded. You are surrounded by all of these wands, like it was a jail, trapping yourself in. With a situation that maybe that you're working on, and you need, the spirit is telling you need to stop doing this. You need to move forward. Stop overanalyzing yourself. Stop giving up too soon. Keep going forward. Tell you break through that wall that you've been banging your head against. Is really paper thin, even though it doesn't feel that way. And that's what this card tells me. You are working towards something, but because over here you have a vision, you have a plan that you are trying to execute. You are looking towards this plan. You're looking forward into this plan. You're building your foundation. You're building the foundation that you need in order to move forward. But at each step, there's too much thinking, too cognizant about everything that's going on, and then a desire to quit. But then at the same time, we also have this sense of memories of the past, the good times. And maybe this is something that keeps you going. Good times, memories of your life in the past. So in that sense of needing tolerance, learning how to tolerate differences, maybe learning how to tolerate yourself, tolerating yourself, learning tolerance for your own tongue, for how you speak with others, letting go, telling good stories, letting go, and just go back to your vision, that which you want to achieve in this moment, in this now. Let's see what these cards will have to say. But before that, I want to write down the energy of these cards. So we're looking at 4, 10, 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, which reduces down to 1. So you're still at the beginning of a thing. You're at the beginning of a thing. You're still there. You're still working towards something, and you're working on that in that beginning phase of what it is that you are envisioning over here, and what is also giving you joy when you are looking at the past and remembering things, because it's these things that can help you get past those things. All right. What does Spirit want Glenn to know? What does Spirit want Glenn to know right now? What does Spirit want Glenn to know? 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 Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, blessed is the fruit of your womb. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Glenn now and all throughout his journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Glenn. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Glenn now and all throughout his journey. A word, Mary. A word of truth. A word of truth. We're asking for a word of truth right now for Glenn in this moment. A word of truth. A word of truth. Right here. Again, the number 1. You're at the beginning of a thing. The beginning. New beginnings. Looks like this word here almost says begin. Begin. Begin new. You are new. You are new creation. You are beginning new today. Beginning new. Beginning new. Becoming one. Becoming one with yourself. Becoming one with yourself. Becoming one. Becoming one. Becoming one. In that sense of 1075, becoming one. Becoming one. And you are worthy. You are worthy to enter into the house of the Lord. You are worthy. And the Lord will enter into your house. You are worthy. You are worthy. Your poverty and pardoning of your own sins. And this is, we're thinking here of spiritual poverty or spiritual hardship. But it could be hardship in this world as well. But it's okay, because the Lord God is merciful, and the Lord God is a forgiving God. He's asking you to be open-minded and tolerant of other folks. Open-minded and tolerant of other folks. And to spend time listening to that which was written on your heart. Be at rest, contemplating and listening in the quiet, and look to this inner light, this light that burns with neither wick nor fuel. Listening and basking in the glory of oneness, of integration of yourself with yourself, that oneness. Let's see what this card says. So, Spirit says you're at the beginning of a thing. And look. And in this place, at the beginning of a thing, there is a transformational energy. Charcoal. Charcoal starts as a piece of wood. You add fire and it becomes charcoal that can be used for other things. It's a transformational process. There's a transformational process that goes here. You need to turn back, turn, U-turn, turn, U-turn, and go back to your vision, your vision, and move forward through these challenges and these difficulties. Remember to have a sense of humor. The comic relief is in your head. It's in your mind. Think of that. The comic relief. Eventually, you will crest over. You'll reach the crest of your challenges, and you'll be going down into a valley, into a new challenge, a continual challenge. And hopefully it will not be the identical thing over and over again. So maybe it will be identical to this one because of this overanalyzing, being wrapped up in the moment and in this spin cycle, and then giving up too easily. And then the same situations keep coming back over and over and over again. I don't know if that makes any sense, Glenn. So it's being continually at the beginning, and it's the same beginning over and over again. Let's go see what Mary Mother has to say in this final. Here, we'll wrap your reading up. Okay, it makes sense. All right, a word for Glenn, Mary, Mother Mary. Let's have a word for Glenn. A word for Glenn. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. There it is. Again, it's got this one egg here in the nest. One. This oneness. A heart that's guarded, but you can release that heart. Vibrant colors. Blue. Watery blue, electric blue, vibrancy. There's a vibrancy here. And a promise. A promise. A promise. The promise to you, Our Lady of Promise, as you labor towards a peaceful resolution and become willing and capable of stepping into the freedom of a new cycle of your destiny. Her light is there. Her promise is urging you onward, no matter what is happening for you right now. The deep truth of what is unfolding is her promise of a new life. Everything else is just a symptom of that. Have faith, trust her, and believe. And believe. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you again, Glenn. All right. This is very fascinating. One, and together it's the number 6. So all of this, like this, 6 bounded by love. If we were to look at a major arcana card. You're welcome. Bounded by love. So, one other thing here. Number 6. For tolerance of differences, love of self and others, love of self and others. Okay, now let's clear the air out. I don't know if there's any other. Thank you, Miss Tarot D. I would have never thought to do the bell thing if it wasn't for you, Miss Tarot D. I think Elizabeth does the bell thing too. Elizabeth being the more intuitive me. Let's just shuffle these up a bit, clear them out. And we're going to go back to my project that I was working on yesterday. And if nobody wants another reading, I just might close this out. Maybe I should start earlier tomorrow night if I can. So the project that I was working on is taking a dry erase sheet, because these cards are kind of sticky. They stick together. And we use dry erase sheets. Okay, everybody's gone. Okay, well maybe we'll see what happens. Somebody else might pop in. So you use dry erase sheets to unstick cards. And sticky cards are kind of unusable cards because they don't shuffle. But of course, you can shuffle them and shuffle them and shuffle them until they stop sticking. But the dry erase sheet is supposed to work. Actually, it did. I did half the cards in the Mary Mother Oracle, and they don't stick anymore now. What was that noise I heard? You ever see that Star Trek episode City on the Edge of Forever? That was like one of my favorite ones, and I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now. Oh, that's because it says a question. I have waited for millennia for a question. It was a great episode. I love that episode, City on the Edge of Forever. That one with they go back into time, chasing after this Elizabeth. No, was that her name was? No, I don't remember what her name was. Oh, let's see. Let me just look that up. City on the Edge of Forever. My favorite all-time Star Trek episode for the original series. City on the Edge of Forever. City on the Edge of Forever. Okay, famous episode starring let's see, McCoy goes back. He gets this shot of cortisone, and he goes crazy, and he jumps through the time portal, and he does something, and he prevents the history from happening. What was the name of the girl, the lady in that? The Guardian of the Planets, Joan. Oh, Edith Keeler. Okay. So, Edith Keeler. And then Kirk and Spock go with a time that is hopefully before McCoy shows up and did what he did, which caused all of history to be changed, or the past to be changed. And they meet with Edith Keeler, and then Spock makes a memory circuit to work with this tricorder out of like vacuum tubes, and so they get a job at a soup kitchen, sweeping floors and spending all their money on vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes. And Spock sees some alternative histories, some alternative paths. And one of them is that Edith Keeler leads a peace movement which prevents the United States from entering into World War II, and which allows the Germans to get the atom bomb first, and they conquer the world, which makes Starfleet never happen. Makes Starfleet never happen. And why do I reference that? I reference that because the Guardian on the Edge of Forever asks the question, a question. I'm seeking a question. A question. And also we have what? Star Trek. A vision of the future of humanity. Will our future be that of Star Trek? Or will it be that of... Why don't we read on that? You know, I'm going to read on that. Let's do a few more of these cards. Try to unstick a few more of these cards. That'll be interesting, right? To read on science fiction. Maybe we'll... No, I'm not going to use that deck. Not yet. I'm not ready to start using that deck, but we'll use one of my... we'll use this other deck here. Okay. We got a question. We're going to read on... Let's do some yes-nos. So the first yes-no is... Will our future be like Star Trek? Okay, we're gonna read on this. Read on science fiction. I'll just use this deck for a series of yes nos. Will humanity's future be like that of Star Trek? Will humanity's future be like that of Star Trek? Will we be a one world government? Will we expand out into the solar system? Will we become a galactic civilization? Will humanity's future be like Star Trek? Will humanity's future be like Star Trek? Will humanity's future be like Star Trek? It says no. It will be a joyous one, but one without cooperation, without partnership, and without inspiration. So it's not going to be like humanity's future will not be like Star Trek. So the answer to that question is no. Of course, we have no way of knowing. And the energy of that is 10, 13, and 11. 21, 24, 6. The energy of 6. So some harmony, some balance. All right, well, let's try another one. Will our future be like The Expanse? Like The Expanse. The science fiction show The Expanse. And in this future, we are, it's corporate interests. The world is united under a one world government, but the solar system is divided by factions of humanity. It's a divided future. Will our future be like that of The Expanse? Will our future be like that of The Expanse? Will our future be like that of The Expanse? Will our future be like that of The Expanse? Will our future be like that of The Expanse? This card is coming up again, and that actually is showing a yes. That's interesting. So it shows a yes that is going to be of factions of humanity in competition with one another. Yes, and the energy of it is that of the being ruled by our shadow selves, not in partnership with one another, but yet in a place of abundance. It's a place of abundance. In both of these readings, it had these two cards in it. In the first one, this card was of a joyful and abundant future where there's plenty for people, but no partnership between the nations and the factions of humanity because they are driven by their shadow selves. And so we are looking at the numbers 15, 16, 17, 18, 28. 2 plus 8 is 10, but this one shows the energy is that of the number 1. It's yes. So I want to ask the question, will we colonize the solar system? Will we colonize the solar system? So our question is, will we colonize the whole solar system? Yes, no. Will we colonize the solar system? Will humanity colonize the solar system? Will humanity colonize the solar system? So this is a hard yes. This is a hard yes. It's all major arcana. So it is. So we will colonize the solar system. It's a yes. And the energy that is surrounding this is one of the Hermit, 9. So it will require much introspection, transformation, and the conquering of our own internal self-deception. We go through this gate into here and getting over these spirits. But all of that will be driven by going within and finding that within source energy that propels us forward. Finding within source energy the technology we need to colonize the solar system. The technology is there just for grabbing because it is written in the laws of the universe. It is written in the fabric of our space that we can do this. And so the energy surrounding this question, this answer, is that of 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 13. 9. 19, 20, 22. It's 4. The energy of this is 4, of strong foundations and stability. Interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder when this will happen. Will we colonize the solar system? The answer being yes, through much work and cooperation. Oh, I know what I'm going to ask. Will humanity solve survive climate change? Okay. Will humanity solve or survive climate change? Will we solve climate change? Will we correct it? Will we make a new world? Will we solve climate change? Will humanity solve climate change? It's already a yes. And look, it's a hard yes. This is a hard yes. And so it is yes. Yes, we will. Through transforming ourselves, by gaining a new idea and moving forward, we can come into a place of smug satisfaction, transformative energies. We have to die to ourselves and be reborn and find that new idea and build it into this state, into a place of satisfaction that we can do this. We can do it. That's what these cards tell me. And the numerological energy that is surrounding this is 4 plus 12. 4 plus 12 is 16. 25, 7. So it's about 7. It's about, through contemplation, we can think our way out of it. That's how we solve it, is by thinking our way out of it. Oh, this is all very fascinating here. It's fascinating. It's interesting. You know, I've been on for an hour and a half. It's interesting that this card came up twice when it came to the solar system. When it came to this question of what we will do in the future, it all comes about through transformation. I wonder where we're at in this journey. Where are we? So we're going to go to this Major Arcana Oracle. And so I'm going to go into this Major Arcana Oracle. So let's just see where we are at as far as solving climate change, where we are at in the journey. So this, the Fool, represents all of humanity. This represents all of humanity. And we're going to shuffle this up and to see where we are at as a species, where we are at in the process of solving climate change. Where is humans at in solving climate change? Where is humanity at in this process of solving climate change? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Let's give it a good old shuffle if I can. Actually, it's very difficult to give it a shuffle. Well, you know, you're part of humanity, Carrie Ann. Why don't you tell me when to stop shuffling? Tell me when to stop shuffling here. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Tell me when to stop shuffling. You can just tell me when to stop. Anytime you think I should stop, I will stop. Rebirth. Okay. I'm going to stop now and see where we're at in the process of solving climate change. Okay. Interesting. This is so fascinating. What we have in front of us is being born again as a species. Our species, as a species, humanity is being born again. But what's behind us is this tower slamming against the wall, our world coming to an end, and us beginning again. That is just fascinating. For the tower reversed, being liberated from our world is ending, and the whole world is crashing down around us. That's what the energy of this tower is in context of this question. And we are here getting ready to dive into this energy of being born again. Interesting. This is so interesting. I wonder if anybody else finds it interesting too. I bet Tarot Ask Back would like this. So, how are you doing, Carrie Ann? And how was your day? And it's good to see you. Smiling faces here. I think we'll go back to my, if there is not a question, I'm just going to go back to, like, shining up the cards here. This, here at this Three of Swords, this Heartbreak Alley. Here we are, we're at Heartbreak Alley right now, heading into a stellar reality, pouring water on the ground, water of life, seeding the ground with a new energy, a new power. That's what this card says. In partnership with one another, finding others in the dark. We're finding others in the dark, finding someone to love, someone new. This card is for you, Carrie Ann. Finding someone new to love in the dark, comforting you, and giving you good memories. Good memories. There are good memories for you. New good memories to make. A new boy to come into your life and telling you that you are beautiful. You are lovely. And then what else do we have? This Ace of Pentacles. The Earth Spirit. And you just go into this passageway and you're in a brand new world. And bye-bye, Carrie Ann. Bye-bye for now. And just boring in here, I know. Going into this passageway to that new reality. We'll just shine up a few more of these cards. And there's that pesky death card again. These people are praying before the spirit of death. Praying to enter into a new life. Free from the pain that drove them to that place today. Gaining perspective. Hanging upside down on a tree. seeing the world from a new lighted place. And there's that judgment card again. A holy sound blowing in the wind, renewing folks, renewing people, a new sense of renewal, and people rising out of their old selves into brand new selves, innocent of their past stains. The moon card reveals all of those places in our lives where we lie to ourselves, our own self deception, our own illusions are illuminated by the man on the moon. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 yards. 1 plus 8 is 9, and 9, in a biblical sense, talks about the perfected human self. 6 is the human number, the number of humanity. 9 is the perfected human self, the Christ, the Jesus, the one who wakes up and realizes that I and the Father are one. That's the promise of Christianity, the promise that no one teaches. The church is a place of poverty, of spiritual poverty, stuck on its own power, stuck on itself. And that's why they stumble around in the dark, trying to figure things out, teaching truths that are half true. And that's why they fight with one another. They fight with one another. The factions of the church are always fighting with one another because they come from that place of spiritual poverty, teaching half-truths, half-lies about the nature of humanity and the nature of reality. But the sun illuminates. The sun shines on the whole world a few hours at a time. It is a good feeling to be shined upon, to have that shining sun in your life. Moving on from this place into that place, this card is that realization that you too can adventure, find new adventures in your life. You can leave all of those cups behind and find new cups. Find your strength. That's your strength to conquer that paper tiger in your life. That paper tiger, that paper lion that seems so immense and so strong, but the reality is it's just paper. It's two-dimensional. You can push it over with your bare hands. And this energy of collecting things that people left behind. This guy has got an evil grin on his face. A thief in the day. And this king sitting fat and happy, surrounded by grapes from his vineyard. A conquering hero, wise in himself, surrounded by statues of fallen creatures, rules, regulations, laws. The Hierophant keeps us in order. The ordering of the self, the ordering of the soul. All important stages to pass through. The Emperor, strong in their foundations of four. The Emperor, a leader, a wise man, woman. A wise man, woman, sure of oneself. The Emperor is my card, my birthday card. We have the High Priestess, tapping into your interior world, finding and reading the law which is written on your heart, that law which was promised in Scripture. God will write the law on our hearts. And that is this book that the High Priestess reads from. And you can read from that book too. You just need to find it within yourself. Choices to this way and that way and this way. A fork in the road. A magician. A crafty person, a person of power, a person who can manipulate objects, manipulate things, and bring them into existence, bring new things into existence. And there's that fool jumping off the cliff with his trusty dog and all the tools in his toolkit. Hey, we're about halfway through this deck. Maybe I can get that stickiness all off of it so I can use this card deck here. Because I like the images in it. Where are we at? Is this almost unstuck? They're almost all unstuck. Let's see if we can go a little faster here. It's a boring task. I've been meaning to do it for months. I think I've had this deck for almost a year. I think so. Pretty close to a year. And for the lurkers looking in, welcome. This is Tools of Fortune. I'm just awaiting a question, or I'm just going to finish this task and turn the camera off. We've had a few good questions, 3 tonight. Some yes, no's. All right. Tuesday is a boring night. I think I should start earlier. I'm just going to hurry up here so I can go to bed early, and then maybe I get up early. I can do a couple different live streams. And this method was, I can't remember who was this, said the dryer sheet method. I'd like her to come on the 999 show sometime, but I think she's busy. Honey Lou, was that her channel name? Honey Lou? She collects Thoth decks. She has a nice collection of Thoth decks. She broadcasts out of Alaska. Four of Pentacles. Okay, we're almost done. I'm just going to try to breeze through this and go real fast. I'm going to get... Oh, looks like this one's got paint on it. Look, it's got paint spots where I splattered paint on it in the past. This is my new painting here. I think it's done. It may not be. I don't know. I'm first practicing with a red underpainting. Actually, I think I live streamed painting most of it. I think between today and yesterday. When did I start it? Did I start it on Sunday or did I start it? Yeah, I think I started on Sunday maybe. And worked on it Monday. Just a little bit today. Almost done with this thing. I just want to go really fast. Not too thick. The cards aren't too thick. And oh, there's two cards here. What we're doing here is we're unsticking cards. One of the frustrating things about buying tarot decks is getting a beautiful deck and then the cards all stick together, and in that sticking together you can't shuffle it, and it's frustrating as hell to use a sticky card deck. And supposedly you use the dryer sheets, you just rub them on here, and it takes whatever that surface is on there that makes it sticky, so you can shuffle your cards with ease. Shuffle your cards with ease. Okay. I have a new tarot deck coming tomorrow. Actually today, later today. Kind of been, it went on sale. And almost done. I want to see that if this even works. Maybe whoever said the dryer sheet method works or not. Triumphantly riding in on your horse. You won the battle. And then your whole world slams. Hello, Doctor. The seventh son. Welcome. Do you have a question? When I get down through this, I can answer any questions if you have them. Maybe you'll be my last person for the night here. I'm almost done with this. If you have a question. And so, where are you from, the seventh son? Where are you from? I just sit here awaiting a question. A question. Maybe, oh, okay. You don't have a question. That's fine. You don't have to have a question. I am just sort of going through these. I'm going to shuffle them up. Hopefully they shuffle. I might just do like a general reading. Port. Oh, Nigeria. Okay. All right. Over there in another continent in Nigeria. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm almost done. I'm going to just give this thing a good old shuffle and see what kind of a general reading it'll give me. maybe we'll just see what the. So you have a question then? Well, if you have a question, you can ask a question. If not, I'm just going to do a general question. I'm going to ask. This will be the first time I've been able to shuffle this deck if this dryer sheet method works. Okay. How late are they? All right, I will get you that just a second here. All right. Oh, this, I don't have all the cards in place, so all right. There's lots of stuff on here. I'm gonna get your question here in just a second here. All right. No, they still feel sticky. Hey, this is like the first time I've shuffled it. I guess I still got to work with it a lot before I'll be able to adequately. Okay, what does Spirit want you to know? Okay, where's my box for this? We'll start first with your yes/no question. Oh, here's the box. And I'm just going to put this away. And what the Spirit wants you to know. So let's start by clearing the air. D7th Sun. A question for D7th Sun. Be at peace. So I'm going to start with a yes/no question. Pays rent. Okay. Mary, we are asking for the truth right now. The truth and nothing but the truth. The 7th Sun here has a question. And help me to find the truth that he is seeking. The truth that he is seeking. Will his tenant pay his rent? Will his tenant pay his rent? Will his tenant pay his rent? Yes, no. Will his tenant pay his rent? Will his tenant pay his rent? Okay. looks like the answer to that question is no. It's a hard no on why he won't pay his rent. And the energy into why he won't pay his rent is, so this is a hard no. And we have 6, 16, and 8. 7 plus 8 is 15 by 6. So and it's because there is a disharmony. He feels there's a disharmony in his life, a lack. And there's a disruption in this relationship. So first up, the failure to pay his rent is a disruption in this relationship. And he's pushing these sticks up the hill, but he can't quite make it up the hill. He just can't quite do it. But at the same time, there's this sort of a binding, a more firm binding in place. And he does not want to let go of his money. So that's the answer to your first question, is no, he's not going to pay his rent. And so your second question is what does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit want seventh son to know? I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here with some going into this. I'm going to go into this book here, and we're going to ask a question here. I'm going to get a page number at random. Start on number 1, and we will spin. Get a random page number here. So the first number is 9. I'm going to put this up here. 9. And 2 more numbers. There's 1,500 plus pages in this book. 9, 2, 9, 2, 1, 921. 921 is, so the basic energy here is 3. So that's kind of a basic energy that is surrounding your question, is about being creative, a creative spirit. And so let's go to page 921 and see what message there is for you from Spirit. 921. All right. And let me read this for you. Wicked designs come from the deep recesses of the heart. Acts of fornication, theft, murder, adulterous conduct, greed, maliciousness, deceit, sexuality, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, and obtuse spirit. All these evils come within and render a man impure. We have impure, these things about impurity, but then the spirit of this page is one of creativity and self-expression. How great is the depth of the kindness which you have shown to those who love you. Happy are the peacemakers, they shall be called sons of God. Happy are those who suffer persecution for justice' sake, the kingdom of heaven is theirs. You renew us at your table with the bread of life. May this food strengthen us in our love and help us to serve you in each other. We ask this in the name of Lord Jesus Christ. And so beware. The first off is to beware of evil spirits. Beware of evil spirits. And then there's also beware of evil spirits. And there's a sense of renewal. Renewal from the bread of life. Bread of life. All right? We might come back to that. I will be with you in a moment, Namira. And so a general reading. What the Spirit wants you to know. We're going to go 3 cards. For seventh son, what does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit need? What do you need to know? Seventh son, what do you need to know? What do you need to know? What's the Spirit? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? What do you need to know right now? What do you need to know right now? Welcome, Namira, welcome. Three cards there. Spirit is telling you that you feel burdened right now. It's like there's this endless trudge uphill and you can't see the end in sight. And there's a sense of holding on to your money, holding on to your talents. You're holding on to stuff and not letting these things go and just clutching on to your power. You're clutching on to that which you have and holding tight. You're holding tight to this. Because maybe you feel like there's unexpected changes in sight. This guy won't pay his rent. There's disharmony in his relationship with you. You feel this need to hold on because you don't know what tomorrow is going to hold. You don't know. Because there's always unexpected things coming your way. It's asking you to beware. Beware of an unexpected change, in your finances, in your in health or whatever. This is not doing health readings, but of your spirituality, your spiritual self. Unexpected changes. So beware that there could be some unexpected changes. And holding on too tight is a problem. It causes disharmony in you. And then this sense of you just feel there's too much burdens that you have to bear. And okay, let's take a look at the energy of this. We're looking at 10, 20, 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. But it's this number 6 again coming up. And because it's a upside down, it's also, I'm calling it a sense of disharmony. So what I seen is that even in this, when I read this and I got this hard no, and the cards added up to number 6, and that is a 6 in reverse, whereas 6 upright is about harmony, about peace, about love. And this here, 6, because most of the cards were reversed, is also a sense of disharmony, that there's no love here. It is a sense of no love. And so the Spirit is telling you, you need to bring love into your life. You need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to let go. Let go of stuff. Let go of what you're feeling. Let go of your feelings. Share your feelings with others, with your family. Tell them that you love them. I'm going to go to the Mary Mother here and ask for a message for you. Mary Mother, Mother Mary, a message for the seventh son. A message for him. What message do you have for him? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. Seventh son. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, the seventh son. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for the seventh son now and all throughout his journey here. The seventh son needs a message of hope. He needs a message from you. A message from you that will help him to open up his heart, that will help him to find harmony, to find love in his relationships. This card popped out. And so this is for you. Nurtured in love. Nurturing love. Balance. Rebalancing yourself. Being nurtured in love by the divine feminine in your life. Balancing the masculine and the feminine. Balancing these two natures, these two spirits. Rekindling your passion. Rekindling your love of neighbor, your love of self. And let that small kernel of love that is an infant within you to grow and nurture it into a whole person? Our Lady of Radiant Grace, we were born not to fear our bodies and deny our spirits, but to love the earth and fly with the wings of the divine Mother Grace. Even with powerful and marvelous wings upon our back and the perfect current in the air, which to soar into freedom and exhilaration, if we do not trust enough to leap all that comes to nothing, faith is your soul's superpower. Nurture your faith. G7th Son, this message is for you. Radiant grace. The Lord God has nothing but grace for you. Remember that. You are saved by grace and grace alone. Okay, that's all I got for you. Thank you. I hope that helps. We're going to clear the error here. And so you'll be my last for tonight, Namira. That one was pretty heavy. Peace, love, hope, faith. A message from the universe for Namira. We'll use some bibliomancy here. Mary, Virgin of Guadalupe, Namira seeks a message for something that she needs to know. What does Namira need to know? $14. Let's get the page number. This is for the third digit. 14, 20, 1421. 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. 14:21. Would that they were inscribed in a record, that with an iron chisel and with lead they were cut in the rock forever. But as for me, I know my vindicator lives, and that he will at last stand forth from the dust, whom I myself shall see, my own eyes, not another shall behold him. And from my flesh I shall see God. My inmost being is consumed with longing. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In verdant pastures he gives me repose. Beside restful waters he leads me. He refreshes my soul. He guides me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk in a dark valley, I fear no evil. For you are at my side with your rod and your staff that give me courage. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. You spread the table before me. In the sight of my foes, you anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and kindness follow me all the days of my life. This message is about abundance. The universe has abundance for you, protection, protection. The universe is there for you. Through thick and thin, through dark and light, this universal spirit is there. You shall see God when you look, because this universe is a universe of abundance. That is the first message that we have for you. Okay, a message from the universe. What message do you have for Nimera? Mary Mother, speak through these tarot cards. Speak through these tarot cards and give Nimera the truth she is seeking right now. The truth she is seeking about this moment. What is it that she needs to know? What is it that she needs to know? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Jesus, now and all throughout our life. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Nimera. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Nimera, now and all throughout her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Nimera. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Nimera, now and all throughout her journey here. One more shuffle. And that's it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And we'll see what they say. Interesting. We're going to first go through and I'm going to add up the numbers of these cards. And we have 4 plus 14 plus 13 plus 1 plus 21 plus 6 plus 13 plus 4. Okay, so we got, I'm going to have to use a calculator because that's a big string of numbers. And reduce it down to a single digit. 4 plus 14 plus 13 plus 1 plus 21 plus 6 plus 13 plus 4 equals that. And then we have 7 plus 6. 13 is 4. This is so amazing, Numero. First off, 4. Everything here is about 4. This number has popped up throughout almost every reading here today. And so we're starting here is the universe wants you to know about that you need to come from a place of strong foundations. You have to build a solid foundation under which to put your feet, and come from this, in this energy of the emperor. You can come into your own personal power. So through all of this, it's your own personal power that can drive you forward because you have this spirit here. And the spirit is here for you to access. A solid foundation under your feet. Okay, hold on. Somebody might be stirring and waking up here. They're also asking you to be aware of being too bossy, to temper your attitudes. Being bossy and being domineering is not a spirit that is helping you here. So beware of bossy and domineering attitudes. And there's this sense of negativity. So it's the death card in reverse being a refusing to let go of things that bother you. And not going forward into a new state, and a sort of a staying put. And so this energy is about you have a tendency to stay put in one place and not letting go of negative thoughts, not letting go of how people have wronged you, things that people have said that bother you. You have to be able to let go of that. This is Spirit is telling you you need to let go of things that are negative and fearful in your life. Let go of your fear and don't hold on to that fear, because it's not doing you any good, because you need to stand on your foundation, this foundation of the Emperor, and let go of these bossy and domineering attitudes. And so then you also have a lot of creativity. There's a creative spark within you. You can approach new tasks, and with a spirit of potentiality, of fire, of passion. That's that. And now we come in here to the world reversed. This is talking about the world in its upright form is an energy of completion of the end of the journey, but in its reverse form, you're in an incomplete state. You're incomplete because you're not moving forward. Yes, you have there's a lot of positive energies here, but there is some negative energies. So we are a collection of energies. We are a collection of strengths and weaknesses. We are a synergy of all of those things. But this is telling you that you need to find some closure in whatever it is that you're seeking. A closure in a relationship. Maybe you're not moving on. Maybe it's something with family or a job. But you need to find some closure in that situation so you can complete whatever it is that is holding you back. And then there's a sense of maybe you're not on, though you have a foundation here to stand upon, but there's a feeling of being out of balance, or out of balance here, or a sense that of need, of financial need, of material need, a sense of, and so in this 6, and it's also that number, number 6 upside down is of one of disharmony. So a disharmony in finances. And then we go on to this other one, the Queen of Wands in a reverse form. And here, Spirit is telling you that you may have some problems with your self-esteem problems. That self-esteem issues may be why you're refusing to let go, or you feel like you need to stay in that energy of negative space energy, the fear, and not wanting to move on to the next thing. Self-esteem issues, or you are craving attention, craving attention outside of yourself. You need to find that inner self, that inner power within your own self, to be your own source of attention. Because, and I read that prayer from the Bible, which is of the Lord is with you, the Spirit is with you through the valley of shadow of death. Even though you go into these dark places, that spirit is with you and it is there. You just have to find that spirit within you. And then finally, the last thing here is this Four of Swords. Spirit is asking you to retreat into a sacred space, to take a break, to recharge, to be at peace, to be in the quiet. And you can lay in this quiet place, and all of your problems are there, but they're held away. They're held away from you, at bay, away. They're not going to fall into you. You can be in this mental space of the four. Be in a solid space in your power. You are in your power in this place to go into a sacred place and recharge, to take a retreat. Because in here, there's this other spirit that is here. We look in the window. This is a priest or someone who represents the intermediator between what is above and what is below. And this is you right here, receiving these blessings, receiving the blessings of this holy person, bringing within you this spirit of love, the spirit of love from the universe. This is here. It's here for you. And you need to go into this sacred space and spend as much time as you possibly can. And this helps to build your foundation, so you can come into your own power. And you also have this other thing, this other positive thing. So you have, in order to find closure, to move on, to let go of these bossiness, this need to be the boss, to let go of your self-esteem issues and find your beauty, find your inner beauty, find that. You find it through this, and knowing this in this image here, this is actually the most important message of here. And when I read to you from that page in my St. Joseph's Missal, my Catholic Missal, about that prayer. And I'm going to read that again for you. So in light of all this, that page was what? 1421. Did I mark it or no? 1421. And so this is the message of this card here. So this here image is for in this time and moment, it's this. So it's Psalm 23. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In verdant pastures he gives me repose. Beside restful waters he leads me. He refreshes my soul. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. He guides me in right paths. For his name's sake, even though I walk in the dark valley, even though you are walking in this dark valley, I will fear no evil, for you are at my side with your rod, and you are at my side with your rod and your staff that give me courage. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. You spread the table before me. In the sight of my foes, you anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. Only goodness and kindness follow me all the days of my life. Okay, that's a lot. You can always come back to this and look at it again. I'm going to finish your reading with a message from Mary, Mother Mary, a message for Namera in this moment, a message, a light to guide her through her days, a light for her, a message. She seeks a message right now. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Namera. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Namera now and all throughout her days. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Namera. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Namera now and all throughout her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Namera. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Namera now and all throughout her journey here. And this is the card. Namera, Our Lady of Sacred Waters. To cleanse oneself spiritually is to immerse oneself in the sanctuary of divine connection and sacred presence. This weakens the grip of our attachment to emotional pain and strengthens our ability to be emotionally authentic without becoming so overwhelmed by our suffering that we act out and betray our core values or disengage from our spiritual connection. Know that you can process any emotion with dignity and grace. And this is the image for you. And this is for you, Namera. A robe that is flowing white and blue with water energy, with emotion energy, with strength from the cup of salvation. From that cup that holds the blood of God, that holds the blood of your life, that holds your strength. You are surrounded by this energy. This card is for you, Namera. You are loved. Know that you are loved and that you are love. You are loved and you are loved because you matter. You matter and you are beautiful. You are very beautiful. That's the message I got for you. Welcome, Raphael. You may ask. All right, I am for foundations. A politic question. Okay, let us clear the air. Okay. Raphael has a question. So, what is your question exactly, Raphael? You want to, we want to look at something from the past. So we want to see if the cars can travel back to 1940, and we can get an idea about 1940s in Germany, about fascism. And so what is your question? If it is about fascism, what history shows us is that fascism is always temporary, and but it never lasts forever. It's not it always falls, but there may be forms of soft fascism, and so you're looking at the union of government and corporate power corporate power and religion and religious power and religious power. So there's well, I believe that it happened. I'm Did it really happen? So your question is did the Holocaust happen? That's not spelled right. Did the Holocaust really happen? Um, hmm. But there's evidence to say that it did happen. Now, revisionist history may say it didn't happen. That'll be interesting. I know that I know the answer to this question is yes. I know, and they claim it is fake. Well, they do that because the reason that they do that they claim that it's fake, is because actually, that is actually a better question. No, I'm going to ask it this way. It is why I think it'd be a better question is what is the energy behind people who say this is fake? Okay, I like this question better. What energy motivates people to say the how do you spell Holocaust? Let's get that. I need to write the spelling on that. To say the Holocaust, H O L O, is fake. Okay, I like this question better. I don't want to read on the other question and the reason I don't want to read on the other question because I think the consensus is that it did happen, and we have eyewitness accounts that it has happened, and I know people who were survivors of that motivate, motivates, what motivates. And so I think we're going to use this what's the vibe. And what is the energy behind what is the energy that motivates people to say that the Holocaust was fake? What is the energy that motivates people to say that the Holocaust was fake? Why do people believe that the Holocaust was fake? What is the energy that motivates people to say that the Holocaust was fake? Let's do 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to read this as upright. These cards don't make sense for this. But it might be, what might be here is that the Holocaust, what causes people to commit those acts, and people not wanting to deny that they existed, is because they want to feel joy. And if you really contemplate this stuff, it can impact your life and your ability to feel joy. Because if I look at these cards came out in reverse, and it would be a lack of joy, a lack of beauty, a lack of joy, a lack of beauty. But maybe in the sense that you feel that you can wipe the slate clean and have a new set of opportunities by saying this was fake, by rewriting history. that light just burned out. I burned out 2 lights. These lights don't last as long as these other ones anyways. And that means the other one that I have is just about ready to go. I have about almost 3 hours on one of these lights. So this is kind of really interesting, actually. It's an interesting thing. What else does the next card say? Trapped, because they're trapped. You're trapped in this cycle of not having any options. And so the energy behind it is being sort of trapped, and you're trying to rewrite things. A glow up. To create this new face, a new face. And you want to be free of guilt. Yes, something like that. Like that. So this card here, drawing this 4th card, it kind of helps it to bring into a sense of a perspective. The theme of the night anyway has been the number 4. Number 4 for the whole night has been number 4. Actually, a whole week, actually. About foundations and so forth. And so, yes, 4 cards kind of helps to repaint the picture, to create a new picture so that people aren't burdened by the truth, the ugly truth of the human spirit, the ugliness that people can commit, with the hopes that we can this by forgetting about it, we can just let go of all of that. That we can let go of that spirit, and we can become free. Thank you for the question, Raphael. Because I was reading on some other questions earlier that were similar. Where's that box for this? It was not that one. Oh, this other light just went out. All right, well, I'm going to read for all of us, for everybody. I think we kind of got a sense of what it could be. I'm going to read from the Mary Mother Oracle one last time for the night. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. I'm going someplace early on Thursday, so I think I'm going to try to come on early tomorrow night, which means you may not see me at all. So I'm going to be asking here one last question. We're going to be asking a question for all of us. A message from Mary Mother, from Mother Mary, for a message for all of us right now in this moment. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, humanity. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for humanity now and all throughout our journeys. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. Humanity, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for humanity now and all throughout our journeys here. Okay, we will stop it on this one here. This is the message for today. Just for the end of today, I will, I don't know what the theme will be tomorrow. It'll probably be similar to the ones today. Our Lady of the Rose Child. I think my theme of the whole week is the number 4 about foundations and hard truths. Our Lady protects you from unnecessary struggle, yet there are some challenges that are essential for your soul to grow. These challenges will not be withheld from you because you are entitled to become your full self. You are currently outgrowing that which is too small for your soul. There may be suffering, but out of this will come deep healing, self-love, and gratitude. Your freedom shall come swiftly. And this is the image here of a content woman. But in this sense, the small person is a reflection of the big person. And so there is this synergy here. Anyways, that's what we got. Okay, why don't we set the theme right now? You just hang on here, Raphael, and I will, because we are at the next day right now, and I'm going to put all these cards away, including these. And I'll go through the process of how I set these moods, but I'm going to have to clear the air first. Need to clear the spirits out of the air, and we're going to start fresh from a new page and starting fresh. Three. And one more for a new day. Okay. All right. And so this is how we do this. This is how I do this. I am going to start on a new page. We are on the 16th now. 7/16. And I start here by, I'm going to be pulling a page. I'm going to get a page and a number out of my Catholic Missal. And so we're going to start, I'm going to select a page at random from this book. And so it goes up to 15. And start this on the number 1. There's the beginning point on my dial. So 6, the first number is 6. Six, 3, 6, 3, and that's between 1 and 2, so it's 632. Okay. So the energy behind this is the number 2 of balance and duality, but we can also look at it as being inner spirit. We might think of it as, I might think about this as being the high priestess. High priestess. So we're looking at a high priestess energy. That's the law is written on your heart. But let's take a look at page 632 and we'll see. What 632 says. Last Sunday of Ordinary Time, Christ the King. The theme is the leadership of our Lord. So, leadership. And this kind of looks like the guy in the Emperor card. The Son of Man will sit upon his royal throne, and all the nations will be assembled before him. So, the high priestess sitting between the dualities of the B and the J. Eucharist, Lord Jesus forever and ever. So what does it say? In our democratic culture, we know about kings and okay, blah blah blah. Okay. Well, there's nothing here dissuading me from thinking that maybe there is a. So we're looking at the energy that we're looking at here is that of 2. Six, 3, 2, maybe. So if I were to run 3 cards out, let's do that. We'll do it that way this time. The Lovers, 6. I'm gonna go major arcanas only, but I could do other themes. But I think that the High Priestess. And let's go grab the Empress. So these are the tarot energies that we were going to be dealing with. And these cards are still sticky. I don't like sticky cards. Unless I can unstick these cards, I'll never be able to use them. They're still sticking together. All right. Be at peace, Bill. Be at peace. Be at peace. Yeah, I like them, but the cards stick together. I spent a good half hour with the dryer sheet method trying to get them unstuck. I need to find that Empress card. So those are the kinds of the big main themes that we're going to be dealing with for this next time. I'm probably gonna, here we go. I'm gonna come out at an earlier time of the day if I can. Maybe like 10 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock until midnight, but I'm going someplace early on Thursday, so I can't stay up until dawn. Anyway, so these will be the energy that we're dealing with. And together these things add up to 2. So the overall energy is this of the high priestess, of going inside and reading from that book that is written on your heart, the book of life, the book of the law, of that book, but also being comfortable in your power, in your abundance, in this feminine, nurturing spirit. And then about love. Love. And so that's from that page number that I got. And so we'll just put that, for right now, we'll just put it right over here, right off here. Okay. And we are looking at 632 and High Priestess, Empress, and Lovers. And that's kind of the spirit. And then I will, from here, you may have love soon. Well, that's good. That's good. All right, I'm going to turn my candle off. Turn the candle off here. I'm going to say good night. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I've been on here for 3 hours. Maybe they're telling you what you think. That's possible. But you want to have love in your life, and you do have love. You know, we have love in our lives. So that's the overarching theme for tomorrow night, will be that of love. Love readings. But I'll start the whole thing out by reading a relative of mine who has given me permission to read all kinds of aspects of her life. And so, yes. And this here, Raphael, is my latest painting that I did. It's not fully complete, but it's close. And I did it on a red underpainting. And you can't really see it too well here, but this is my latest painting. I'm also painting other things. I'm doing live streams, working on other paintings. And this is, but yeah. So that, because I do have another channel. I have another channel called 999 Show. And let me just show you what that one looks like. My other channel. Not that one. I need the, let's go YouTube. Take it to YouTube, please. And so we're looking at Tools of Fortune. So that's this channel. The channel header page. But I come on down to the bottom. And I go to my other channel. 999 Show. Oh, welcome. I was just at the end of the day here. And so this is my other channel. I'm going into my 4th year. And so if I look at today, I'm at 1,240 subscribers as of today. I do mostly live streams. I'm a live streamer. And I do a lot of different kinds of live streams. What just happened? And so this is my and I also do talk shows. So it's kind of a variety show. A lot of art when I'm not doing interview people. Sometimes I just talk, do talk. And so if I look at, let's say we take a look at home screen. Well, let's go look into videos. Let's see. Hopefully this won't copyright me, but here is like, these are my latest paintings. All of them were painted live on the 999 show. In this one, it is watercolor, but I accented like an aura around the whole body of this Three of Swords with fluid acrylics. This is fluorescent chartreuse, and in here, very subtle, is fluorescent pink. Now this one, I did it in 3 parts. I especially like the sky, and I like the energy in the water. It took me a little while to craft it, because when I laid the color out the first time, it all came out kind of wrong. And so I spent 3 painting sessions live working on this, but in between each of those sessions, I did multiple layers on my own time. But one of the things that I really was trying to achieve in this one was changing colors optically. So for instance, up here, this is just layers of red and blue. Layers of red and blue to get this purpley tone. And the oranges, except for this bright orange here, all the oranges except for the bright, was created by painting layers upon layers of transparent yellow and transparent red. And so I did that through here. It took me, at first I thought I was going to have to scrap the whole painting, but in the last few days I was able to craft this into what you see here today. And so it is a masterpiece for April anyways. And unfortunately I'm going to have to say goodbye to it. It is going away. I'm very sad to see it leave. So this is 2 little guys in a motorboat motoring off into the deep. And then there's this one. I think I did this one in a live stream as well, but I'm not positive. I did the first part and then I finished the rest of it on my own, I think, if I remember right. I will, in each of these, I will put a card to reference where these are in my live stream, so you don't have to go hunting. Anyways, I like the water, and because water is really hard to paint. I've been struggling with water for years, and I think this is one here is a really good job. Anyways, as is the one the painting that's going by. That's just one of my videos, and so that's my other channel, 999 show. I've been, and it's slowly becoming what I originally envisioned it as, essentially a talk show. It is slowly becoming a talk show, but nevertheless. And this channel is my niche down channel of just doing a singular task. And anyway, that's all I got for you guys. So thank you, Raphael. Thank you, Wolf Dog, for coming back in, and thank you, Carrie Ann, Numera, D7th Son, Glenn, Mama Sushi, Chinese Disco Babe, and I think that's everyone for coming in to say hello, to hang out, and I will be back on later today. I'm going to go to bed now. It is, what, 3:15 in the morning? 3:15, is that what it is? Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Need to get to sleep so I can get up and start my day of doing live streaming on the other channel and on this channel. So that's all I got for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so here it's 7. My name is Bill. That's what I call myself, Bill. Or William. So that's it. That's what's on my birth certificate. This is what people call me. All right, nice to meet you too, Raphael, and we'll see you again soon. And so I gotta go. And thank you, thank you, thank you, and we'll see you the next time. Bye bye.